Hi, it's Matt in the kitchen. I'm here with my pressure cooker, and today I'm going to make a really quick butternut squash soup. So I do have my pressure cooker on the brown setting, and it's been heating up for a while. So I'm just going to add in a little bit of olive oil today. If you want, you can add in butter. Probably should give it a really nice taste, but I'm using olive oil. Then I just diced up an onion. I'm going to put that in, and I'm going to soften this up a little bit. So nice thing about cooking in the pressure cooker, as always, is you don't watch, it's fast. You don't have to watch the meal other than frying like this, but when you're doing the frying like this, it's one pot. So everything's in one pot, the whole meal, a lot fewer dishes. And in this case, it's just going to be a spatula and the pot, as well the knife and cutting board to chop things up. So while this is softening up and browning, I'm just going to go, and you could go chop up your other vegetables. Now the onions are softened up, starting to brown a little bit on the edges. In that time I've been able to chop up my other ingredients. So a little bit of celery, I'm just going to throw that in. You could throw in a diced up carrot or a chopped up carrot if you want. I'm not going to because I don't like carrots. 1 or 2 potatoes, about 2 cups. So a good medium-sized potato diced up. Throw that in there. And then your squash. So here I've got about 5 cups of squash. So you just dice it up. Now if you can't chop it in advance, go ahead and look at my cooking squash in a pressure cooker video and cook it and then peel it. The skin can be a little bit tough sometimes. So it is okay to pre-cook it. So I'm going to put that in there, and then just a little bit of liquid. So for this I'm just going to put in about 1.5 cups of chicken stock. So just enough to get the steamer to work. It's going to be plenty hot when it comes out. So there we go. That's actually most of the recipe. And I'm just going to add, to spice it up, I'm going to add some fresh ground pepper. I'm actually going to add quite a bit of pepper. I do want it a little bit peppery for the squash. And a bit of salt. Again, really small holes, there's not that much salt coming out. Okay, so there we go. Now, being squash and potatoes, it really doesn't take all that long to cook this. So, I'm just going to stop brown, put it on 5, and I'll be back in 5 minutes to finish off the soup. Okay, we're through our 5 minutes. Let's see what we got. I've already depressurized it. Look at that. You can see those nice vegetables are all in there. Potatoes are nicely cooked, so you can always check if you're done this. Squash, nice and soft. It's all ready to go. So it is nice and thick, so it's going to fit in my blender. So for the blender, I'm just going to use my handy blend tech here. Get this spoon out of the way. Let's put that to the side. My nice waterproof gloves. Ooh. Okay, so let's get this in there. All right. Just just clean out the last of this. As you can see. Alrighty. So you can see, blender's half full, still within the fill limits. Let's get that over there. Always remember to put the lid on. So the lid on. Let's blend it. So this blender, nice soup setting. I'm just gonna go hit the soup setting. Okay, now we're done. We can see what the soup looks like. Now it is, good thing I've got that vented top. It is steaming like crazy. You can see it's still very thick. So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go put it back in the pot. It is quite thick, a little bit thicker than I'd like. Actually, a lot thicker than I'd like. Just going to clean this out. Get all that nice stuff out of there. So it does look great. Let me just give it a little taste test. Wow, really, really nice. It's a little bit thicker than I'd like. So I'm just going to go and add in a little bit more chicken stock. Add another cup and a half or so. Give myself a nice one. So you can add in as much or as little chicken stock as you want. You don't want to thicken up with just water. But mix it up until you get exactly the consistency you want. And there you have your really quick butternut squash soup. If you're finding that it is a little bit too cold, of course, you can always use a pressure cooker. Just hit the warm setting or the brown setting, and that'll just add a little bit more heat and get this heated up. But coming out of the blender and all that, you can still see it's still steaming, quite hot, steaming hot. So I hope you found this recipe useful. It's a really nice soup. Doesn't take much time to prepare, and a quick way to make a nice home-cooked meal. If you like the video, go ahead, hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel, see what other videos I've got out there. And of course, always feel free to leave comments or ask questions. I'm always looking for good ideas, so if you've got any questions about what you could do with your pressure cooker, go ahead and leave them. That's all for now, and I'll be seeing you soon. Bye.